So we decided to go all in a couple of years ago when Scott first talked about the all in program. I grew up in the church, and so we've always been really faithful with our tithing. And we talked about it and decided that we wanted to give more, so we decided to go from 10% to 15%. And I think that was a big jump for us at that point. Shortly after that, I was self-employed at the time, and my business started slowing down and income became really inconsistent. So with less money coming in, it's put a real big stress on our finances and our marriage, actually. It was a tough time. Being the head of the household, not contributing, started feeling like a failure because I wasn't able to bring in as much money as I was. I was praying one day and God finally said, "You're being stubborn." He says, "It's your own stubbornness that's making you fail." He says, "I'm right here beside you." He said, "I'm the God of provision, and if you just ask, I would take care of the situation." So I did. Shortly after that, in November, I got a job in Waxahachie for a title company, which is what I do. And with that, came constant income. I wasn't having to travel, so I was at home. So our situation really improved at that point. And so things were going a lot better. And then 6 months later, it's time for all in again.
Yeah.
And so we started praying, and finally one night after home group, we had talked about all in, and she says, "Okay, what were you thinking about for the number this year?" And I said, "Well, here's the number." And I gave her the number, and it turns out that number was the amount of my entire salary at my new job plus bonuses.
What Christopher told me we needed to do, we did. That's what we committed to this past year, was all of that. And I just remember every day to think that for 11 months, it was 11 months straight, Christopher got up, he went to work every day. It was just for God, all of it.
In the first year, it got us through a lot of rough spots in our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But this past year has been even more unbelievable. She kept saying 11 months I'd go to work, because that 12th month, God gave me another opportunity at another title company to be the manager of the title company. So I took that job, which came with a raise.
Mm-hmm.
A few months earlier,
Mm-hmm.
she had 3 opportunities, and she chose a new job and got a raise.
100% of our commitment that we made almost a year ago to this day, God returned it all back to us because of our faithfulness.
Yeah.